All right, y'all. So I wanted to come and talk about something real quick. You lost the remote downstairs. All right, let me. I'm gonna run downstairs and warm up my coffee, and I'm gonna ask your brother to find the remote for you. Okay. All right. So let me just say this. It's been so much chaos and confusion created lately by scam artists as well as misogynistic males on this website. And I'm going to say this and leave this right here. And I'll be doing a lot of my vlogs from the other channel just so that I can take a break. I think that this channel fell under a lot of attack, not just by these scam artists out here, but also by misogynistic men. And yeah, I just want to point out by saying that these scam artists are very, very bold behind computers because I think that it's easier for them to just keep talking. They keep going on and on and on. And I guess when you are a scam artist, hey girl, I guess if you are a scam artist, okay, uh, you must be, it must be too embarrassing, or either you're not strong enough, or maybe you don't have enough sense to just be quiet. So they always have something to say. They're always trying to find out people's business. But I wanted to come and talk about this real quick, to come and talk to the fellow witches on this platform that have respectable businesses, okay? Because we've been under attack, all of us have, for quite some time. Um, and so one of the ways that we not only do we have to deal with, and just to let you guys know, when I know that somebody is a scam artist and they're bringing my name into it to run the scam, because whenever somebody, especially in the spiritual community, and this has been talked about on TikTok, but whenever somebody starts to target another vlogger or business owner, they are usually doing it because they want to gain the attention from their followers. Okay. And so, I guess, how criminals, with a criminal mind, they assume that people are stupid, when in reality people are just not on their frequency. So as a business owner that has had direct attacks, like, I'm not talking about somebody just lighting a candle. I'm talking about lighting a candle and then doing a smear campaign. Okay. And so I don't know why I mean, they must think I must be a millionaire or something, you know, because they make up these desperate lies about people. So I think it's funny how they will, they scam and they fraud and they Photoshop pictures. Okay. They Photoshop pictures of women and their children. They make up lies about people, which nobody would ever believe. And then they'll come back and have something to say. See, it adds to the desperation. It's very dangerous. And a lot of us witches would agree that it's very dangerous for you to come out in social media claiming that you are a witch when you're not. That's dangerous because you know what? A lot of our clients, when they have an issue, they have literally up to 90 days to deal with that issue. So our clients, it's time sensitive. And I have spoken with, in the past couple of months, a large amount of people that needed spiritual work but could not afford to do it because they went to a fake witch or a fake spiritualist. So this is something that is all over. Like, first of all, it's not just the spiritual industry that can be affected by scam artists. Every industry out there is being affected by scams and frauds, and people trying to hack into, people's computers and their systems. So listen, they get very bold while they lie on people. Failed at what they did. First of all, what they do and what they've been doing for the past decade, lying and doing false campaigns against authentic witches, acting and putting on these plays and stuff, going through all of this only to gain nothing. Only to gain nothing. And then we'll say, oh, if you were a real witch, you would be able to stop me. So first of all, I have stopped you because my family ain't missed no meal. My family will never be out on them streets. My family is happy and peaceful and healthy. So I'm definitely a real witch hunt. But I think it's funny because they, the way that they think, you can tell that they don't think on the capacity of a witch. Because as a witch, is it my job to stop you from being a complete fraud and a scam artist? And they've hid behind misogynistic men for long enough. They have. Because for a long time, I was expected to be quiet about these frauds and these scams that they were running on people. And trust me, they don't care. If they come to you and you actually are duped enough into, and what they do is they dangerously undercut real witches. Okay. They dangerously undercut real witches, and you give them that little bit of money, and then everything in your life falls apart. Because number one, they're not real. All of their testimonials are fake. They tried to make it real by hiding behind a sector of misogynistic, down low gay men. This has been going on for years. They tried to intimidate the people that they so-called wanted to scam and steal money from. They tried to intimidate us by not only doing that, but doing CPS campaigns. Still, they gained nothing. So they have done all of these things with no gain whatsoever. You know what? At the end of the day, I can still walk outside of that door and I can show that I have a house that I live in. And then here's the whole thing. Here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. So they're scam artists. They got everybody involved. They use whatever resource. They use people as a resource to scam and fraud the public is what they did. And then they want to run around here and pretend as though the authentic witches, because just because you're a witch doesn't mean that you can't fall victim to a scammer. Yeah, you can. Now all of a sudden we're not valuable or we're not valid because of their mundane, idiotic scams and schemes and their proposed glamour to where they can make something look like something that it's not. So, any of you witches that have been affected by these scam artists, because I can promise you that there are many, not just witches, because not everybody is out here doing spells for people or rituals. A lot of y'all are doing readings for people. They have affected the entire spiritual community, they have affected people's jobs. In fact, a lot of things that we have had it going on the past 3 years as a country and as a globe, which we all know are schemes and scams and corruption, has affected everybody. Businesses shutting down, companies closing, billion-dollar conglomerates closing down because of corruption and scams on a high level affecting everybody. They are in a delusion because these people don't actually have any responsibility. So they sit there in a literal delusion while they go around and lie on people. I'm not talking about a little lie. I'm not talking about a medium sized lie. I'm talking about these people will tell people that you've murdered somebody and you haven't. They'll make up lies about you, just whatever. They will make the most lies up about a person, horrifying lies in their desperation, so that they can gain attention from your viewers because they're that desperate. Because for some reason, well, I guess a scam artist would only attract another scam artist. They're not in alignment with what they need because they don't have an identity. That's the problem. When you can't identify yourself, how are you going to align yourself when you're not actually who you say you are? So, the reason why a lot of us authentic witches run our businesses, grow our businesses for years is because we are authentically who we say we are. So what ends up happening is that we are in alignment with our clients that we do the work for. You know what else they did? Ran around here flagging channels. So they totally stand on technicalities, lies, and bullcrap. And I'm gonna tell you something. I've been surviving y'all know that this channel got blacklisted in 2020. Do you realize that as a witch, I do this 100%. I don't work another job. Do y'all realize that I have survived the YouTube apocalypse with a blacklisted channel? So my channel is blacklisted. This channel is blacklisted, but I'm still surviving. These people are so narcissistic. I'm gonna tell you something, and not only are they narcissistic, but they're scam artists. Okay, like, and they come back every year with the same lie, with the same lies on people that they want to feed from. And then do they get what you get? No. So I'm going to tell y'all something. All of y'all clients out there, stop believing in them. Stop listening to them. Do not go to somebody that is going to tell you that they can fix your entire situation for $300 or $200 because they are scam artists. There is no such thing as a witch that's going to produce something with you with a prayer candle. It doesn't exist in the spiritual community. You want to look at authentic spiritual work? Go look at that video that I just uploaded today. Does that look like a prayer candle to you? No, that is a charged candle with a specific intent. Now, my question is, because you can tell that they came from the church, Why doesn't the church, because they're always accusing us of being devil worshippers, right? Why does the church not assume that this doesn't make them look bad when they behave much worse than any witch or warlock? So this is at the end of the day what we're dealing with here. They're telling you to pray, but the prayers ain't working. They're telling you to pray while showing images of real witches as if that empowers what they do. It's very weird and strange. And y'all know that I will confront them. Y'all know that I'm not the type of person. I am not the type of person to be quiet because I'm not going to let them scam and fraud in the name of witchcraft. A lot of these people are not witches. They were not born witches. They have no identity. They decided, oh, that looks like something that I can do for a living. And I'm not saying that a witch that has a couple of different hustles is not a real witch, but they are all over the place. They a witch, they a demon, they a queen of the underworld, but then they something else. Now they run in a restaurant and they're hairdressers. Listen, no authentic witch has time for all of that. I can promise you that the rituals that I had to do for my group yesterday took several hours out of my day. No, I don't wear several hats. I wear one hat, and that is the hat of a witch. Now, I also wear a chef's hat because I'm a kitchen witch, but I'm still wearing my witch hat while I'm doing that. So you got people that want to backbite. This is the crazy part about it. They backbited off of witches, like myself, for years by telling lies and doing smear campaigns while trying to steal our identity while on a damn witch hunt at the same time. Then they wonder why things don't work out. They get a good couple of months of a good run. After things fall apart, they still don't know how to humble themselves. Right. No, no. Yeah, yeah. Prayer candles. What the hell is a prayer candle? Why would somebody pray for a prayer candle when they can go to church? Why would somebody do that? And you expect for something to happen? Why would you go to pay for a prayer candle from a corrupt person who needs prayer themselves? Hold on. I got to say this because I'm tired of it. And we all know that these people are puppets and they don't make their own decisions, because if they did, they wouldn't make a decision to do things like that. Not while using my image. So it just doesn't make any sense. Why do they keep talking? Even like at some point, at, at some point, they're gonna have to give up the ghost. And they won't stop. And I think that it's embarrassment. I think it's an utter embarrassment because we all know that they're not authentic. They're telling you that they're not authentic. They still talking and trying to brag about what they've done, which is try to create struggle for authentic witches that can actually help you with your situation. So not only are they bragging about that, but they're also saying, ha ha, I was able to scam people and ruin their lives, threaten them, into a corner with some bullcrap terrorism online, and then also at the same time pretending that they know anything about what it is that witches do. I don't even have to tell you how many times I have manifested thousands of dollars for myself overnight, as well as thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars for my clients overnight. They know nothing about that and they never will. They don't know anything about manifesting anything because a lot of the times they think, ha ha, I did some things. But then didn't you realize that the constellation of Saturn was getting ready to go in alignment with the moon that's waning, and it's nothing that they can do about it. How many times, if you're a client that you're watching and you have your own business, how many times have I manifested 5 or 10,000 or even 20,000 for you overnight to your business? These people know nothing about that. That's the reason why when people go to them, their situation gets worse. That's what I'm saying though, but it makes me mad because they lie to people. And spirit don't want me to be quiet about it. That's why people out there are willing to pay 5 grand for my apprenticeship program because they want to know the secret. They want to know, how did you manifest 5 grand overnight, Jamila? How did you do that? So a lot of them live by today. I literally had a client that came to me. She only had $400 and she needed like 6 grand by the next day. So the fact that us real witches have the ability to turn $400 into $6,000 within 24 hours. And not to mention the misogynistic men. Well, a misogynistic man hates women. That's why he's misogynistic. That's why he's confused and sick, has health problems and mental problems. They don't know anything about that. All they know how to do is scam and fraud people. That listen, I have a testimonial that I have several testimonials of clients that came to me and paid for Crown of Success work, and they literally manifested several thousand within 3 days. Literally manifested that real quick. I haven't even put those testimonials up. You know why? Because there's too many mentally ill people out there. Like it blows their mind. That's what I'm saying. That's why a lot of them need to stay out of the business of witches. Y'all been going broke, losing jobs, losing your familiars, sick every day, sad, upset, depressed over these frauds and these scam artists. Yes, our industry is crawling with slugs, scam artists, and they behave like scam artists. Do you think that as a witch, I have ever had to come on here and argue and fight with anybody? The reason why I did it is because my children were under attack. I wanted you to know exactly what those people were about. Now, why would you go and trust somebody that attacks a child every day for several years? Number one. Number two, why would you and you know what? I'm gonna tell you what it's about. I'm gonna tell you exactly what it's about. If you're a black person and you did it, it's probably because of your own self-hatred. Okay. My clients that trust me, it pays off. The moment you start looking in other places, because trust me, they want to get your attention, and they're going to say something totally disgusting and outlandish. You know why? They hate you anyway. They can't stand you. They can't stand the fact that you even exist. So they don't mind scamming you. Nobody is ever going to come forth and say that any of those scam artists did anything for them. Okay? Nobody's going to do that. And then some, and like what's bizarre though about the situation is that most scam artists, they'll try to run a scam on somebody, learn the lesson, and move on. These people are not only that, but they are obsessed. And, so for me, I haven't stepped on their toes. I haven't tried to destroy their businesses because they don't have a business. They're in the business of scamming you. They are in the business of scamming people. That is it. I know it for a fact. You know why? Because they scammed me. Some of these people that are still stalking and harassing Jamila, I've not only given them advice, but I've given them blessings, given them money. And these people were dumb enough to still come back on this platform and tell outrageous lies on me. So I have every right, because they can't prove that they gave me any money. Can they prove that they gave me any money? They can't prove that. I've supported people's businesses by buying products, came right back on this platform and participated in a full-fledged smear campaign against me like a crazy person, because they are crazy. I'm supposed to think I'm crazy by saying something about it and calling it out. And for some reason, these grown people who are smart dumb think that they're going to get that off, and they never do. And they're really the only way to save themselves is to come clean about their lies, but they don't want to save themselves at this point. At this point, they don't even care if they live or die. At this point, I'm just keeping it a buck, and this is sad. I just don't see why people would not be able to easily find their north at some point, rather than doing some kind of con artist game against somebody. There is nobody that is going to be in the spiritual business for almost a decade, gain and obtain a house. That's why when I first moved into this home, they claimed I was on Section 8. Then they started adding people to the scamocious fold, and they did add a couple of real witches to it that are already gone, because they should have known better than to involve themselves in that. So listen, frauds and narcissists, okay? You have affected the entire spiritual community to the point where people look at what y'all are doing, and what else can they do except for shake their freaking heads. Y'all running around on TikTok creating fake profiles over there. Y'all are doing exactly what I've called out. I created a TikTok platform, and they followed me over there to falsely flag. And so and the one thing I can tell you that they were sort of smart about was the productions that they would put on. They would put on these huge productions. So I got to give them credit for that. The acting was somewhat superb. All the false outrage in the acting, But at the end of the day, listen, I feel perfectly comfortable with exposing anybody on here that I feel is a fraud. Now, that doesn't mean that a lot of you witches have to be concerned, because I done shouted y'all out. The ones of y'all that I fully support. But these people are frauds. Real witches don't have to do all that. And it ain't about just talking, it's about the lies that they tell. You haven't just affected me, you haven't just affected the witches, you have affected every single body that you lied to. You have affected all of those people. And until you come clean about it, you're gonna have to deal with the karma. Nobody over here is worried. I've had clients that are witches running their business. In fact, it just happened this year. She was a couple of months behind on her rent. She's a witch. Did the work for her, rent got paid. Told her don't worry about it. Same principle when it comes to me. Same principle when it comes to anybody. So what they do is they tell you that you should accept failure. Basically is what they're telling you. Basically, I believe that when it boils down to it, this is the patriarchal church. And then also, let's not to mention that we suspect that some of them were born under the gender of male. Not saying that there's anything wrong with males. There are a lot of males that are in the spiritual business that know their stuff and they know what they're doing. But at the end of the day, it's all about what? It's all about the church and what they're trying to do. I would respect them more if they would just say that they're a representative of the church. It's all about their hatred for women and witches at the end of the day, as well as children, because they show a lot of hatred for the children of witches as well. So no witch. Here's what I want to say in closing. Dear scam artists, we're not worried about you. We're not worried about what you've done. The work has already been done. All we have to do is sit back and wait for it to manifest, for it to bear the fruit. And it's going to bear the fruit whether you want to or not. Now, if you're not working with a witch, if your witch says, if you go to a witch and you tell her, witch, I need to manifest several $1,000s within the next 3 days. And if she tells you, I hope or I pray on that, you need to run in the other direction, because there's no witch authentically that's going to tell you. Now they may tell you if they feel that they can do it, if they feel like, hey, it may take me a couple of weeks, it may take me a month. They're going to tell you up front if they can't do it. But if they say they can do it, you best to damn believe that they can do it. And they're not using hope, they're not using prayer, they are using what? Witchcraft. And that's something that you don't have to fear. Okay. So, at the end of the day, a lot of they've been trying to, and then they were real slick, y'all. They were real slick. Oh, you're just saying this to me because you're attracted to me sexually. Oh, you're saying this to me because you wanted to be with my child. Oh, you're saying this to me. No, I'm saying this to you because you are factually a fraud, and I'm not going to close my mouth, especially when it comes to my natural blood-born right to what God has vetted me to get, that you're trying to steal. It is nothing personal. They try to make it personal to create the drama and to extend the lie. No, it's not personal. I don't even know you personally and don't want to know you personally. This is business. And it's also for the well being of you all out there. And see, a lot of witches, let me tell you something. A lot of the real witches, when you see us doing dark magic, we doing it on these damn scammers because we know without a shadow of a doubt that these scammers can affect us in the long run. They've already laid down the seeds. They sent church people to infiltrate the witches. They've already laid down seeds, and that's just church people, but just people, period. You got people that hate women. You got MGTOW. You got all these people that came together as a group so that they can mess with people in several industries. So you think that all witches are not on red alert about the fact that you made a literal joke out of our spiritual? I'm talking about witchcraft. I'm not talking about nothing else except witchcraft. I could not even tell you how much of a dishonor that is, because everybody knows that witchcraft is very real and everybody knows that witches are very real. So they tried to make a mockery out of us. Not only that, probably to usher in this end of the world that ain't gonna never come, because a lot of them have grown quite tired of living. Okay. That's why I told y'all, when you are dealing with a witch, please don't go tell people. Do not tell people that you are dealing with or talking to a witch. Don't tell nobody. I'm going to tell you why. Because even though that person may seem open minded, they don't like the glow up. They don't like the fact that you've had a glow up. They don't like that. So, what they will do is they will go to their own demons and jinns and curse you. Next thing you know, so you got to keep that to yourself. You don't go and tell that. It's a secret. You don't tell people about that. Now, if you want to come out in the public, because I have had several of my clients come and speak on my platform in the public, and that's fine. But I'm talking about, just sort of like, maybe, your friends or whatever, or people that you don't really know that you can trust. You don't tell them about us. Okay. Because, people just have a natural affinity to seeing you look good and feel good, and they don't like that. And then when you tell them that there's witchcraft behind it, it goes against all of their beliefs, and they don't like it. And I think it's always been a mistake to try to mix the church with witchcraft. It should have never been mixed. No shade to the Christian witches out there. Okay, no shade to you, because there is a such thing as Christian witchcraft. Okay, now they're gonna end up, and they already have tried to make a complete mockery of witches, and that is going to affect, and it has affected all of us, one way or the other. It's not necessarily the economy. It ain't none of that stuff. It ain't, because we not, are we in a recession? I don't know. Um, that affects all of us. So I think that the real witches have to band together against them. We don't have to be together on the same platform, but I think that you should throw them something, because I'm gonna tell you why. They are not authentic. They are trying to discredit witchcraft, period. And trust and believe that all of them gonna come back with a testimonial for Jesus. All of them do. All of them do at the end of the day. Oh, witchcraft was bad and horrible. And when I was in the craft, I had all this stuff that happened. And then Jesus came to me and like a bird. And those are just the people that either got into it and used it for vengeful purposes only, or they went into it scamming. Okay. They either went into it with vengeance and hatred in their heart and not trust, or they were scamming from the beginning. And a lot of these testimonials that you see online from these people that say, "Oh, I was in the craft and I was doing this and then I had this experience and then Jesus came to me." Those are all frauds. It's so bad that they're scamming. And then they'll say witches are so evil. They're so evil. Why don't you just leave us alone? How about that? Yeah, and patriarchal religion ain't did nothing but hurt men too. I mean, it's sad when you have been so duped, when you have been so hoodwinked and bamboozled, that you actually continue to run behind a religion that hurts you. Patriarchy ain't helped no men. Patriarchy ain't did nothing but gave them several problems all at once. And witchcraft is not just matriarchal, even though it is, but it's also science. And they can never refute that. They can never refute that. I don't either. I don't either. Because I've been doing it for 10 years. And yes, I have. Hell, I had a crazy ass dream last night. I done seen all kind of fuck shit, and it would never turn me away. I take it to my damn grave. I love witchcraft and I love being a witch. I don't trust nothing else except for witchcraft. Always and forever will always be my first and only and last love. That's it. So, I just, and it's annoying. Like it really is, the fact that, and so if they're not if they are not confronting you, they are still watching you. And I made a video on the other channel, and I probably should have articulated it in a better way. When it comes to witches, y'all have secret enemies hiding in the bushes, throwing the evil eye at you. And the reason why they're throwing the evil eye at you is because they can't stand you. And then also they are misogynistic and they have hatred for women, period. This is the hidden negative energy and problems that maybe you either don't see or you're not aware that's there. You know what I'm saying? So you have to pay attention to not only what you can see, but then again, the unseen, what's hiding and laying and waiting in the dark, which is somebody that is watching your videos, and they'll even watch us from, because a lot of the times I know I get more views. I believe the church infiltrated my channel because I guess I'm just so sweet. They wanted to infiltrate my channel. They watch from behind a private browser. And not all Christians are bad against me. I'm not saying that it is. I do have people that grew up as Christians and Catholics that come to me for spiritual work. So please don't think that I'm speaking about that, because I don't have no hatred in my heart at all for nobody. I'm not like them. So, and it's starting to get really, really old, because you can even tell by the people that they kick it with, that they hang around with, that that they're definitely devout Christians that are running around here, stalking people, harassing people, lying on people, being totally disgusting, on their way to hell. On their way to hell. These people are so called with the church. The church don't really claim them, but then some of them are conjuring up these demons from hell, or either the demon may work through them or whatever. I don't know if they do. Sometimes I don't even think that these people are even in control of themselves with some of the stuff that they do. It's like, how do you reason with somebody that's fucking possessed? You know, nope, never, never. It's just been just a bunch of bull crap is what it's been for years, and they're still doing it, but they're hiding because they should be embarrassed by their behavior. And a couple of them was conjuring demons of poverty. Why in the fuck would you conjure that so that it can roam the earth? I would never conjure a demon of poverty. Don't ever do that. These idiots, I swear to God, these idiots were conjuring spirits of poverty from hell, y'all. I can't. And then when the shit like then when they look around, it's like, oh shit, I done messed up. I can't. All right, y'all. I gotta go. That's my cue. I will see y'all later. If you a scam artist and you scamming, I'm gonna expose you. And I'm gonna do it for the not only for the love of the craft, but the love of the fellow witches. I want every witch to be abundant and prosperous. And I want you to practice your craft without all of this crap and crud. Because that's exactly what it is crap and crud. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all later. I got something I need to deal with. Y'all have a happy and blessed day. I done did enough for the day. I gotta rest for the rest of the day. You know what I'm saying? I've already exposed you. Why are you like come on? My last message to the scam artist. I didn't have to expose you. You exposed yourself, and you're gonna continue to argue with me. I have nothing else to say. I have nothing else to say. Okay, y'all, I gotta go. Y'all have a good one. Hit that thumbs up and make sure that you share this to your fellow witches. Blessings, guys. Bye bye.